Okay, it is 9:01. I'm going to be calling the meeting to order. If you have your cell phones, can you please turn them off or mute them for the meeting? Becky, can you do roll call?
I sure will. Jack Scrogstead,
Here.
Allie Hess,
Here.
Dean Friel,
Here.
Katie White, Ron Gascoigne, Chris Norbert.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay. Public attendees, we have 4 signed up to speak. First off, we have a Kevin Cleafish. If you'd like to go to the podium, push that button, turns green and go ahead and speak. You got about 10 minutes or 5? 5 minutes? Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, Kevin.
Hi, my name is Kevin Cleafish. I came to address a couple issues I've noticed in the county over the last several months, pertaining more so to the zoning office. A lot of residents in the county have had issues with the zoning and being zoned AG1. I understand there's certain regulations they want to push and do. However, I do not believe they're going about it the right way to get across to the community and try and work with the community. It's more so an agenda that's being pushed rather than worked with. I think it's something that generally needs to be addressed. And I did have the very nice chance of meeting with the Secretary of Police per an individual here, Jared Yater. Alice Hankel did not have any recollection of this when I asked her about it. They did inform me, which the zoning board or zoning office does not know. In the state of Illinois, you are only legally allowed to sell and or scrap 3 vehicles in your own name, which is the way it should be in the state. Otherwise, you will get fined or penalized. Although if you sell more than 4, they're going to try and make you get a dealer's license. So it comes to a point in the head where are people more afraid of the state or the county? And if the county really wants to work with them, is this going to be an issue that's going to come up? I think both local and Illinois law needs to come into effect. And I think a lot of it's people are just afraid. They don't know. They're afraid to work with the county. I understand the county wants to clean up. But if you're given those 2 choices, which one's the lesser of 2 evils? And I think there needs to be more communication throughout the county along on that zoning board and everything, or not board, but zoning office, because obviously there is no communication between one individual to the next on exactly how this is going to be handled, or if people are going to feel threatened. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Next on the list is Corey Kohler. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here to kind of address a similar thing with the zoning office, and my name is Corey Kohler. I'm an owner. I've been in Franklin Grove for about 10 years now. I currently live out of state and working out of state, but I received a couple of months ago a letter that stated that my property was out of compliance and that there was junk and junkyard and debris and that, I'm sorry. That I needed to work. My dad lives in the area in Franklin Grove as well and takes care of multiple properties that our family owns, especially our family farm that is the one in question. And I called the office to see if he could be my representative since I do work out of state and I do live out of state as well. And I said that was not an issue at the time. And then I was later told 2 weeks later from Jared that I was not able to do that. And then he wanted to work directly with the property owner, which is myself. And that I needed to show progress of things being removed from the property. I went in and had a meeting with him to see what was going on with that. And it was dictated to me that I needed to remove 3 items every 2 weeks. Otherwise, I would be fined daily, ranging from $550 to $500 a day per incident. And with that, I agreed to that at the time because I had no choice. Either daily fines were a place where I'm not living currently, or to continue to remove things. With that, I was given a call, would call every 2 weeks, say I removed a couple items. It had to be big items, VINed items, specifically for him. And that about a month later, I got a call saying that the fines would be increased to $750 a day. And those would start to take effect in July. And I continued to do that, and then was told that I needed to continue to show proof and to send him pictures and items of items removed. And I'm wondering what has changed in the 10 years that I've been living here, that we haven't had an issue with any complaints, nothing for my property. And then within the past 6 months, now everything needs to be removed. My trailers, my combine, my tractors, nothing can be outside. I have over 10 acres of property and surrounded by farmland, and I'm told I can't have anything on my property. So I'm just wondering what's going on and where this push is coming from. So, thank you.
Thank you, Corey. Next on my list is Kevin Kohler.
Good morning. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our things that are going on. I am too a 10-year resident taxpayer of Lee County. What's going on is just a little snowball that's starting. There's going to be an avalanche. People are afraid, the elderly, older people, that supposedly 85 letters or 100 letters have been sent out, that they have no choice to remove a vehicle, or they're afraid to be fined or to anything else happen to their homestead or any of that. The only really personal thing that I've had, or interaction really with Jared, is I went with my son. We went to go talk to him. I introduced myself to him. Within 30 seconds, I was told that I had a poor attitude and to leave this office right here, a public zoning office. Told me I had a poor attitude and I had to leave just to talk to him. And that is not a qualification that you'd want in an employee of Lee County. I wasn't expecting that. I have talked to multiple people. I have many stories. I can have affidavits made up and signed. I understand the time limit, but this is not something that's going to happen over 5 minutes. Hearing these people, this is time to, I mean, it could be days. It's hours at least minimum of talking to people one-on-one to get details. When we came to this property years ago, I did talk to people here in zoning. I talked to Bradford Township, told them what we were doing, that we had multiple businesses, that we had trucks, trailers. We were said, no problem. Everything is all right. Now there's a problem. I addressed this to Alice when we talked about this, and she says, we don't care what the prior administration's done. Okay, that's fine. But at least you got to give some kinds of heads up of what's going on. I don't even know what's going on. Yeah. There's a lot of problems here. From Jeremy to Alice to Jared. I thought Alice was a supervisor for Jared, but it seems like that she needs to go and talk to Jared every time. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'd like to have some clarification and more time to get things together from other people, because the next time you have a meeting, there's a few people here, there'll be twice that. There'll be 3 times that. One thing with Jeremy, my son went and talked to him, since I'm not the landowner. Says that Jared's a little curt. You know, we're working on that. Give me a break. That's another thing. You don't want to have somebody that's curt. Okay, short-tempered, whatever you want to call it. Another one was that Jared, that people are going to know, lots of people are going to know what's going on, because a lot of people don't know what's going on. They're taking this as an individual citation and trying to handle it. It's like, mind your own business. When I even ask people, mind your own business, I'll take care of it. I'm not dying on the hill. Everybody in this county is going to know what the heck's going on. It's not going to, I don't know. There are other people in this county. Jared's been around for a while. There's other people in this county that he knows, that I know. Once you piss off one person, you've pissed off 20 people. I don't need to know everybody in this county. Once you piss off one person, you piss off 20. Jared has people that are friends of his, work associates.
Kevin,
Oh.
your 5 minutes has expired. If you could just wrap it up real quick.
Sure.
That'd be great.
That haven't received this letter. I'm a believer that maybe some kind of favors are happening or some kind of transactions happening. I have no clue. But I will continue to talk to these people, and I'm going to make sure that everybody knows what's going on if this is not addressed. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. All right, next on the list is Sally Rankin.
Good morning. I think they've covered basically everything that needs to be said, but I will throw in being a local business owner for 25 years. We talk to a lot of people in the community, and there's a lot of them that are up in the air on what is going on. I wish more of them would come forward and speak their fears, their concerns. I don't understand why all of a sudden, the same as what they have said, that we're in this big rush to clean up all of Lee County. If it's a hazard, and I've spoke with Alice before, my concerns, and anybody with common sense knows in your communities, especially where there's small children, I say get it cleaned up. It is a major hazard. It can also be on the farm, a major hazard. But for us, we also farm. And I don't think it's anybody's right to come in and say, this is what you can have and this is what you can't have. Farm machinery is not used every day. It's used twice a year. And a lot of us can't afford to put up new buildings to house everything to appease someone else. And I think it all needs to be addressed. The community needs to work together on it. I don't know what else I can say, but I'd like to see it all straightened out and everyone work together on it. But I'd still go back to, it's no one's right to tell people on animals, anything else, unless they are bothering someone else. Then bring it to the board and say, hey, we've got a problem here. And that's all that I have to say.
Thank you, Sally. I know we had a couple people that showed up late. Are you guys wanting to speak? Are you guys good? Okay. All right. Next I have on the list is Greg Gates? And just before Greg comes on, I just want to let you guys, the people that showed up, I appreciate you guys coming today, speaking your mind. None of the topic that you have is on our agenda, so we're not allowed to really vote on anything that you guys have talked about, but there is some discussion going on behind the scenes on what you guys are been talking about. So I just want to let you know that there is some discussion, and I appreciate you guys showing up. And please stay tuned and feel free to come back to on other meetings like you had offered. So anyways, just wanted to say that. Greg, go ahead.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, committee members. Just to give a few highlights from the report that I did share with you. With the start of school, as well as community college activity, we are seeing an uptick in transportation. You can see the August numbers. We will probably, once again, overall for the fiscal year, reach around 92,000 rides. And those miles as well as service hours should also be very similar in nature. As I've told the committee previously, the rollout of services in rural Winnebago County is continuing. I'm happy to report that there is a momentum that is gaining some motion to it. During August, we had 100 rides, and I can tell you that the phone calls are coming in. We're still trying to do some community events up in rural Winnebago. We had a discussion since my last report with Rock Valley College in terms of how we can actually get potentially students from rural Winnebago County to that community college or to that college for classes. And they actually have several different locations. So potentially to maybe 2 of the 3 locations for Rock Valley College. Those conversations are continuing. I will say that reimbursements for rural Winnebago County service went in for July, and all those contracts that you see listed out under that section of my report have been executed. I'm also happy to say that the local system for Lee and Ogle counties, those contracts have also fully been executed, including the 5311 intercity bus contract for the routes that we administer on behalf of IDOT for I-88 and I-39, with Greyhound being the operator of those 2 routes. Work is continuing on a couple of studies, the hydrogen fuel cell feasibility study, as well as the transit desert study. I will say that we have some public survey information that we can share. I have a follow-up meeting next week with the consultants from NIU, Center for Governmental Studies, to talk a little further about the responses from the survey that was distributed here in Lee County. They had a total of 105 responses. I will say that 75% of the residents were aware of our services. So we still have some growth to do with the remaining 24.7%. And overall, 64% rated our services as excellent or good. And again, obviously, we have some room to move in terms of improvements. Some of the common reasons for lower ratings included scheduling challenges, including the need to book 1 to 2 days in advance, high demand for services, and also extended wait times. A survey for Ogle County, which is also part of that transit desert study, will also be distributed, as will discussions with key stakeholders and focus groups will also be upcoming for the Ogle County portion of that study, again, being put on or consulted with NIU. I think that's overall probably my report highlights. If there's any questions, I'm willing to take those. Jack?
Thank you, Greg. I don't think we have any questions. Thank you very much. Continue on with the great things you got going on with Reagan Mass Transit.
Thank you.
All right, moving down to the approval of minutes. Hopefully, if everybody's had a chance to take a look at the minutes from August 12th, if there's no corrections or changes needed to be done to the minutes, anyone? Okay, they will be stand as presented. All right, first department is Transportation and Solid Waste, Dave Anderson. He is not here, but his report is in the agenda packet. I want to go to Jeremy real quick, reference the solid waste and in regards to the dumpsters that were removed out of the south side of Dixon. So Jeremy, can you kind of talk a little bit more about that? I know there's been some comments in the public reference that.
Yeah, so this is going to cover this section as well as county board because there's no other updates. So as of a couple weeks ago, we had pulled the 2 recycling units out of the west end of Dixon due to illegal dumping and continued abuse. In working with the city of Dixon over the last couple weeks, it is from our most recent conversations, it seems like the city does not want them back. So we are still trying to work on another location for that. Obviously, we had already signed the contract with Midwest on use of all those dumpsters. So we were looking for an alternate location, whether that is in the city or outside of the city or another municipal location throughout the county. So that's the update I have. It's unfortunate, but again, if any other residents are looking for the other locations we have, please contact our offices and we'll give you those locations. But they're in Franklin, Ashton, Sublette, and Pawpaw currently, and we'll see if we could find another location for the units that we did have in Dixon.
All right, thanks, Jeremy. All right, we're going to move on to the assessor's office and the GIS department. Jennifer, would you like to walk us through your report?
Good morning. So our office has just been working on our ongoing office functions. The assessment office continues its regular work, reading the legal descriptions on the monthly transfers, transferring deeds, tracking permits for task lists, processing homestead exemptions and reviewing properties in preparation for the upcoming Dixon Palmyra general reassessment year. We have been working on addressing a technical issue in our mass appraisal system, our PAM system. A prior global replacement issue inadvertently altered some depreciation dates. So we're manually going in there and correcting those, as there's no global replacement right now that exists for that. So that's some tedious work that our staff's been working on, fixing those depreciation date issues. And in GIS office, the city of Dixon has approved the Esri Enterprise Agreement with Lee County. So we've got that fully executed agreement, and we have an update since I turned in this report. We have received our new licenses and software. So I'll let Sammy give you guys an update on that.
Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, with the new license now received, we have begun configuring the software and ensuring new user types and extensions are ready for use. The GIS department continues its regular work of maintaining and updating the county's parcel data by processing split and combination requests. This includes updating zoning, land use, and other GIS layers to ensure they remain accurate and consistent across all platforms. We also continued updating land use data for Dixon and Palmyra townships as part of the 2025 quadrennial reassessment. In addition, we performed regular maintenance on NG 911 and 911 GIS layers, addressing geo-validation discrepancies to help ensure the reliability of our emergency response systems. Also, we provided scanning and printing support to various county departments and supplied key data to support the implementation of iWork software for the building and zoning department. Finally, as part of ongoing professional development, Logan began a free 6-week online Esri cartography course focused on enhancing mapping and GIS visualization skills. That's all I have. Any questions, please?
Any questions for Jennifer or Sammy?
Jennifer, how many multi-townships do we have for the assessment that we're currently doing in the county? I know, was it Dixon that was looking for an assessor, or somebody was, but.
So Dixon Township, I believe, is going to be contracting an assessor for 2026. So we will not have Dixon Township. We will not have Franklin Grove, Nachusa, and we will not have Ashton Bradford. They have a longtime assessor that had previously been elected, and I believe she's going to be appointed, but it's going to be the same one. Other than that, we have contracts with all the other townships. multi-townships. You're welcome.
All right. Anything else?
Including Harmon Nelson will be starting in 2026.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. County clerk and recorder, she's not here, but her report is also, unless she's hiding behind somebody. Okay. All right. So her report is also in the agenda packet. Paul Gorski, IT department, he sent me his report. It just didn't make it to the onboard. It'll make it probably by county board. It'll be there. ROE, Chris isn't here either. He's what? Okay. And, but he did provide his report. Jim Gorman is not here. He didn't have a report. And then next up is Alice. So would you like to walk us through your report and then the action items you have?
Sure. Good morning. Actions coming from the zoning hearing officer. We do have 3. The first one is petition number 25P1647 by Donald and Annette Early. They had a residentially an R2 zone parcel. They requested to go from R2 to R1 for the purpose of having a horse. And the hearing officer did recommend approval of this petition. The second one, and it's crossed out on your on the form, and that's because it was later withdrawn. But we have petition number 25P1649 by J.W. King Family Limited Partnership. They were requesting to go from an R2 to Ag 1, and there was a recommendation to deny passage of this petition on August 28th, on August 18th. That came from the zoning hearing officer. Then on September 9th, their attorney withdrew that petition. So you will not be voting on that one this month. The third one is petition number 25P1650 by Gregory L. Husser Trust. Mr. Husser was requesting a special use in the ag districts for the purpose of a skilled trade. The zoning hearing officer did recommend denial of this petition. Actions going to the zoning hearing officer on September 24th. We have petition number 25P1651 by Rosie Telez. This parcel is located at 174 Rocky Ford Road in Sublette in May Township. She is requesting a special use permit in the ag district for the purpose of operating a church or religious facility. The next petition is petition number 25P1652 by Rick W. Applequist Living Trust. Mr. Applequist is seeking a variation to build a structure that was destroyed by an act of God closer to the property line than is allowed by our setbacks. The third petition is petition number 25P1653 by Coventine Fidus and Deanna Fidus. They have acquired a small strip of land, approximately 0.15 tenths of an acre, or 1/1500ths of an acre. He is looking to rezone this to R2, and then he's going to plat it as part of an existing subdivision. The purpose is to create a woodland preservation easement. Action coming from the Planning Commission this month, we do have petition number 25PC80, which is a petition by the zoning office to amend the R1 district to create restrictions as to the number of farm animals and or livestock that would be allowed in the R1 district. And the second part of that is amending the R2 district to allow 6 chickens, no hens, following with no roosters. 6 chickens, no roosters. Following the hearing, the Planning Commission did approve the changes to the R1 district, but they tabled the discussion related to the R2 district. So that is not coming to you for a vote this month. We will wait until next month if they have a recommendation at that time. Actions going to the Planning Commission on October 6th, we have petition number 25 PC 81 by Coventine Fidus. He has filed a petition for preliminary plat for the purpose of re-subdividing lots 4 through 7 in the estate at Forest Hill subdivision. And then we have petition number 25 PC 82, also by Coventine Fidus. It's another petition for preliminary plat, and it's for the purpose of re-subdividing Lot 1 in Twin Oaks subdivision. In other action coming from the zoning office, a determination of substantially underway was given to the Trajectory Energy Partners, who owns the Meadows Solar Project. That is the array that will be going in near the Park District in the city of, near the city of Dixon. They are working towards achieving their building permit. We do anticipate them to have their building permit in the spring. Additionally, we have Agalena Solar, which is located on Reynolds Road east of Franklin Grove, and Pulse Solar, which is located on Kilgore Road. They are both actively working to attain their building permits, and they will probably have those before the end of this year. That is all I have.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Alice. Any questions for Alice before we move to the action items? Okay. All right. All right. So now let's go ahead and dive into the action items. Okay. There are 3 petitions going to the hearing officer on the agenda. So do we have, is there a motion to move petition 25P 1651 to the executive committee for inclusion on the September County Board agenda? All in favor, say aye. Oh,
Aye.
I'm sorry. You're right. I need a first. First by Ally, seconded by Dean Friel. My bad. Appreciate it. All right, we have a first and second. All those in favor signify saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Same. Motion carried. All right, thank you. Second one, is there a motion to move petition 25P 1652 to the executive committee for inclusion on the September County Board agenda? Firsted by Dean Friel, second by Ally. All those in favor signify saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The same. Motion carried. Hold on. Go ahead.
Don't we have 25P 16? We have to do something there.
No,
Okay.
those
Oh,
are amended
okay.
petitions.
Gotcha.
Those will come from the zoning hearing office. These are going to.
That's okay. Just stick with me. I'll help you out. Okay, now this will be the third petition going to the hearing officer. Okay. All right, is there a motion to move petition 25P 1653 to executive committee for inclusion on the county board agenda? Moved by Dean Friel, seconded by Ally. Any discussion? All those in favor signify saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The same. Motion carried. Okay, there are 2 petitions coming from the hearing officer on the agenda. Is there a motion to move petition 25P 1647 with corresponding resolution to the executive committee for inclusion on the county board agenda? Moved by Ally, seconded by Dean Friel. You guys are switching it up. Any discussion on that? No discussion. All those in favor signify saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Second petition, is there a motion to move petition number 25P 1650 with corresponding resolution to the executive committee for inclusion on the county board agenda? First, moved by Dean Friel, seconded by Ally Huss. You gotta be quicker, Chris. You gotta. Okay, all those in favor signify saying aye. All opposed? Same, motion carried. All right, so there are two petitions going to the Planning Commission. Is there a motion to move petition 25 PC 81 to the Executive Committee for inclusion on the September County Board agenda? Moved by Dean Frail, seconded by Ally Huss. Any discussion on that? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Second one, is there a motion to move petition 25 PC 82 to the Executive Committee for inclusion on the September County Board agenda? Moved by Dean Friel, seconded by Ally. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. There is one petition coming from the Planning Commission. Is there a motion to move petition 25 PC 80 to the Executive Committee for the inclusion on the County Board agenda? First by Dean Frail, seconded by Ally Huss. Any discussion on that? No discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carried on that. All right, I have no unfinished business, no new business, no executive session. Need a motion to adjourn. Motion moved by Dean Friel, seconded by Ally Hussey. Any discussion on that? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.